Hi everyone. Today I thought we'd take some time to talk about self-regulation and emotional needs of children right now. To date, there has been some amazing research about the importance of emotional skills and the importance of it in terms of being the strongest foundation for children's later learning. So it's the rock from which all other learning stems from. Self-regulation is the ability to regulate our emotions. So being able to cope when we're standing in a line and someone pushes in, cope when we're driving and someone cuts you off, coping when you go to Woolworths and there's no toilet paper. So children obviously are still developing every area just as us adults are, but their way of being able to make sense of the world is very different. And right now you're going to see a lot more anxiety in all ages of children because there is a perceived threat out there. So our brain is made up of three different parts. We have our brown brain, which is our prehistoric brain. It's really old, it's been there for a very long time, and it's responsible for our primitive reflexes such as fight or freeze. Then we have our reasoning and high functioning parts of our brain, the red and the blue. And the blue part is still developing in the preschooler. So they can't really reason, they can't make sense. It's why we still need concrete things to make sense of what's going on. So we can do maths in our head. I know that 1 + 2 is 3, but for a preschooler, we need to still go 1 + 2 is 3. So right now, there is a threat. COVID-19 is a very big threat for us out there. It's that dinosaur, it's a T-Rex sitting outside, but where it's unusual is that we cannot see it. If there is a war, we can see the war, but we can't see this danger right now. But it's there, we're talking about it, we're hearing it on the radio, our colleagues are talking about it, mum's working from home, dad's working from home, my siblings aren't going to school anymore, and all of a sudden there's anxiety in the air. So what happens is our brown brain decides that there is a threat, and so it decides to be the boss and it flips the lid. Now, once our lid is flipped, our reasoning, high functioning part of the brain is no longer working, which is why in the middle of the tantrum, if your child is lying down screaming, if your teenager is stomping off and refusing to talk to you, you cannot reason with them. Okay, because this part is no longer working. It is switched off and your body has gone into fight, flight, or really dangerously freeze. And we really want to avoid freeze because that's actually when we start shutting down internal parts of our body. So once we're in this state and our brown brain's taking over, we can implement some things to help children regulate. One of the best things you can do is breathe. So we're going to take a deep breath in. And I need you to really over-exaggerate the sound because the highest, strongest sound and power is the one that is in control. If you go to the beach, your breathing will automatically go into tune with the waves, which is a really fascinating piece of research. If you want to delve into that a little bit more, go for it. So you can model. Now, it's also going to help you because I know what it's like when your child is having a tantrum. I have 3. We're having constant tantrums at home. I start to get anxious and stressed, so it's really important that I remember to breathe, to try and keep my lid down. Now, another really good tool is to repeat a mantra such as, you are safe. You are safe. I am here for you. You are safe. Now, if your child is trying to hit you, it's really important to say, it is not okay for you to hit me. You are safe. Your child might push you away, get away from me. You can say things like, I'm going to sit here because you've got a very big emotion right now and I'm not going to leave you. Those words are very important for them to hear, that you're a safe person, you're there to protect them. I think it's also really important to label the emotion. I can see you're really angry right now. I can see you're very, very worried right now. Take a deep breath. I am here for you. You are safe. Please do not talk to your child at this stage. they can't hear you, it doesn't make any sense. Don't bribe, don't engage, because they cannot hear you. Their high functioning part of the brain is no longer in sync. It's not working, it is switched off. When we talk about fight, flight, or freeze, fight is that very loud tantrum where they're screaming, kicking out. Flight is where they may be running away, and if they are in flight, give them somewhere safe to go. Go and sit in your bed, go squeeze a pillow, find your favourite toy, sit with them. Some children actually like to be held. They like that really tight embrace. I know one of my girls needs that really strong hug, but one of my other children needs to be away. And you just need to be with them and stay with them until that tantrum is over. Once they have started to calm down, give them a drink of water, give them that reassurance and say, should we go outside? Should we have a walk? Wait until they are well and truly calm to then go and address the issue. Now, if there's a consequence that needs to be in place for their behaviour, then absolutely it still needs to be put into place. But we can do that in a really loving and nurturing way. So just remember, keep your voice nice and low. Also make sure that you are low. If your child is having a tantrum and you're standing above them, you are a perceived threat. So get down on the ground with them. It's one of the best things you can do. We don't want to be that T-Rex. We don't want to be that danger. There's already plenty of dangers out in the world for the children right now. So let's get down with them and slowly get that brain to close over. Take some more deep breaths, see if they need a hug, and then moving on. Once they have calmed down, there are some beautiful things you can do. So some sand timers, or these awesome little gel ones. You can get these just at the shops. Can be a really great distraction. For your older child, maybe they can go and read. I know that there are some really cool balls that you can spin, and the perplex or something I think they're called. You might even give them a squeezy ball, something to give that real sensory feedback that they can kind of get that feeling out. You know what it's like when you're stressed. Then once everything's calmed down, it might even be the next day, start reading some literature with them about emotion so that they can label it. They can start making sense of their world. Tracy Moroney has some beautiful books called When I'm Feeling, and there's a whole series of different emotions. When I'm feeling loved, jealous, angry, sad, scared. And I think right now children can really relate to these different emotions, and it has a little bunny, and it also talks about what is okay and what's not okay. So it's never okay to hurt someone, even when you are angry. So these are a great source for children. This book, The Red Beast, which was written by K.I. Al-Ghani, is sensational. Now, it is called The Red Beast, Controlling Anger in Children with Asperger's Syndrome. This is a must for everyone because it talks about how everyone has a red beast inside. And I think it is invaluable to really make those connections about our feelings, make them concrete. We can't see our emotions most of the time, so give things to children to make sense. And it also comes with some strategies as what you can do. So we often use this at preschool. We get the children to draw them with their red beast inside, and then things that they can do. And I think it's really important for you to know what's going to make your child feel safe and secure when they're angry. So again, something to do when they're happy and in a good headspace. Another example of a beautiful book is Today I Feel, and it's an alphabet of feelings by Magdalena Monins, which talks about all different kinds of emotions. Remember, emotions are not good or bad, they are just feelings, and everyone has them, and I think, again, teaching that with children. One of the most beautiful things that one of our colleagues at preschool introduced was the Jar of Love Hearts. And these are hand sewn by the staff and are given out to the children and families here at preschool to remind us that we're connected to the people we love through an invisible rainbow. Again, it's something concrete, and if your child is really struggling, perhaps your child is still going to school, and so they can pop one of these in their pocket and hold it. It might be that you send one to someone you love that you can't see right now. If you would like one of these, you can make one yourself, or if not, please send us an email, send us a message through Facebook, and I would very happily post one out because I think they're really, really special. I think there's lots of music, songs and things out there. There's one, when you feel so mad that you want to roar, take a deep breath and count to 4. And if you can sing that with the children, I think it's Daniel Tiger sings that, and the children can really relate to those words. So find what works for your child, find what works for your family, but remember, this is very normal. It is an uncertain time, so we all need to stay safe. So please take care of yourself and your little ones, and I will see you very soon with some more tips and tricks. All right, take care. Bye-bye.